How are you? I'm very privileged to be here, and I'm grateful for Alex for inviting me. Thank you so much. And Wadia is awesome. She managed me just the way she was managing the provost. She's awesome. One of the things that I'm grateful for is because I practice gratitude, and I'm so happy to have been invited to a Thanksgiving event, because I believe that we miss many opportunities to show our gratitude because we don't notice things. So I have intentionally become a noticer. I notice what God has done, and I give thanks. I give thanks because I woke up today. I know at least 4 families who are grieving. I give thanks because I have good health. Last year I had a challenge in my household that was health related. So this year and the later part of last year, we have become people who appreciate health so much. So when we say we are grateful for health, we mean it, because we have seen what bad health can do. Another thing that I'm grateful for today is that I have a job. Praise the Lord. I have a job. I have been jobless. How many have been jobless? Whether you lost a job once or you are laid off, I have been laid off twice in my life. Let me see, show of hands. Who has been there? Lost a job? Been laid off? There are few. It's not funny, is it? It's not. And my message today for you is finding purpose in your work. I run a business called The Influential, and I love what the provost told us about differentiating yourself, distinguishing yourself. We help people find that X factor, your value differentiator. Now, my first job was a potato peeler. You know what that is? Wakuchonga viazi. That's my first job. And I got it 3 days after I finished my KCSE. I wanted to work. I wanted to earn some money, so I got a job as a potato peeler. I smelled like potatoes every day. I kid you not. My feet were always wet. We were at the back office. You know the back office? So we had to come in earlier, hold the bags of potatoes before you come in. Kenchik was the go-to place. Hakukuwa na KFC. Kenchik ndio ilikuwa KFC. I worked at a Kenchik. And I know firsthand how people can disrespect your job. I know firsthand how people can demean your work. So I got promoted later, and I became a waiter. So I had a uniform. I was in the front office. I was serving people, and I was getting tips. I might not have known it at the time, but those jobs have really helped me. Because every job that you have, every position that you hold, you are there for a season. You are there for a period. And everything you do there is that you are creating your legacy. They will say something about you when you're gone. So I didn't know then at the time, but I learned how to respect my elders from working there. I learned how to work with difficult people, because some people are difficult to work with. I learned how to serve clients who are not really easy to serve. And I learned to be humble. And I learned also to carry my own weather. I was smelling like potatoes, people. I was a young man. I wanted to take girls out, but I was smelling like potatoes. I had to carry my own weather if I was going to have some confidence. Some of those things have given me my own core values. There's some core values that I carry to date. One of them, and it's also a core value in my business, is dignification. Provost, I greet the people who open the gate for me. I honor them. If you pour tea on my table, I have waited tables. I am very patient with you. If you give me something bad in a hotel, I will be very honest, but I'll also be very kind to those people, because I've been there. I know that people can really dishonor you. And I know for our stewards here, sometimes people really dishonor your job. So what do we do? How do we deal with that so that we do not lose our dignity when other people are treating us without dignity? And I'll tell you a story. There was a person who went to a building, to a construction site many years ago, and he found 3 fundis, bricklayers. He asked fundi number 1, "What are you doing?" And the fundi said, "I am laying bricks." Then he asked fundi number 2, "What are you doing?" And fundi number 2 said, "I am building a wall." And he moved on to fundi number 3 and asked fundi number 3, "What are you doing?" Fundi number 3 said, "I am building a cathedral for the Almighty." The third person was building something like this, a cathedral. the power of the mindset. They were doing the same job, but the mindset of the third bricklayer was very different compared to the other two. And my challenge to you and to me today is to be like the third bricklayer. And what can we learn from the third bricklayer? Do you know the value of your work, our stewards? You are a catalyst. You are an essential services provider. Do you know during COVID, some of the services that were elevated to essential services, like doctors, like courier services, were cleaning and security? Do you remember that? They became essential services. You're an essential services provider. You give dignity. You bring order where there was chaos. You bring cleanliness where there was dirt. And there's a saying, I'm very careful because I'm in a church. It's not in the Bible. It says, cleanliness is next to godliness. So perhaps in one way you can actually bring people closer to God. Perhaps. You should know who you are. You should know the value that you bring to an organization. Another thing that you should do is to give yourself honor and dignity, because you can't give what you're not. You can't give what you don't have. Tuko pamoja? You can't give that dignity if you don't have it. So you should stand tall. You should clean your tools. You should iron your uniform. You should walk with a spring in your step, because you are not just a steward. You bring value. You bring dignity. That's what you're selling. You should carry that with you. You might want to stand in the mirror and tell the person looking at you, you give dignity. Tell that to your teammates in your meetings in the morning. Remind them what you are doing together. Remind them that they are a promoter. They are an enabler. They are an assistant. They are a motivator. They are a stimulant. They are like coffee in the morning. Tuko pamoja? The other thing that I want to charge you to do, like the third bricklayer, is to have a very wide vision. This person could see the end. They were just laying bricks, but he could see that he was building a cathedral. Know your company vision, mission, core values. Think them. Live them. Remember that you work for an international company. Nyinyi si reja. You work for an international company. Act like it. Behave like it. You have standards, people. Represent the brand. Remember that you are the solution. Go in there, standing tall, being the solution, so that if they need to know anything about parapet, they don't have to call. I am the solution. What's your problem? Because of you, your clients are impressed. Provost said that he went to the airport and he was happy that the bathrooms were clean. Once, Provost, I was at Heathrow. I went to the bathroom. They stank. Zilikuwa zinanuka. Na kulikuwa na watu wanaosha huko. Na zilikuwa zinanuka vibaya sana. And I was in shock. The fact that we are doing a good job is a good thing, because the clients of your client are impressed, because you are somewhat a part of that client's outfit in a larger way. So while you are there, learn as much as you can. You have access to every nook and cranny. You have access to every office. Make the most of it. Learn. Zig Ziglar said this, that if you can't learn, no one can help you. But if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. So determined to learn, and you will be unstoppable. Are we together? Praise the Lord. And last but not least, find your cathedral. Find your cathedral. If I come to Parapet and ask the question, what do you do here? I will get the same three answers. Some people have found their cathedral. If you have found your cathedral, help others find their cathedral. They are part of your team. They represent the same brand. Encourage them, motivate them to find their cathedral, so that we are all building the cathedral. Be the solution. Be the pain reliever for Parapet at your station, and be the pain reliever for Parapet's client there. When I visit a mall where a Parapet staff works or a security person, I think they should know everything. I ask them, where is this? Where is that? I assume they work there. Know as much as you can about that place as well, because you are an implant. You are an offshoot of that place in a sense. Distinguish yourself. Set yourself apart. Martin Luther said this: if a man is called a street sweeper, he should sweep that street like Michelangelo painted, like Beethoven composed music. He should sweep it so well that the heavenly hosts and we on earth will pause and say, here was a street sweeper who did his job well. I'll localize it for you. As a steward, do your job so well. Do it like Eliud Kipchoge preparing to run the next marathon. Do it like Ferdinand Omanyala preparing to run for the next 100 meters. Do it so well that the heavenly host and your clients and your boss, if they come to that location, will see it and say, here works a steward who does his job excellently. God bless you.